4 Ice Hogs in the vicinity, and they'll win that battle as Sanford moving it along for Kuzman. Kuzman holding on, finding Baddock in front, looking for Sanford, and a little one-touch feed rebound. They score! A battle in front of the cage, and Rockford is able to bury it. Brandon Baddock able to get to it, and Rockford gets their 3-goal lead right back. Lepchinoff grabs the puck from Comesso. 15 seconds to go as Hayes moves it in just along as Lepchinoff lets it go. They score! Archim Lepchinoff, a power play goal. And that's the goal we were looking for. It's a 2-goal lead for Rockford with 66 seconds to go in period number 2. The play was Hain. And now a nice pass is Cini for Nazer. He scores! Franklin Nazer, his first American Hockey League goal. Last weekend, and a great response in the opening period. Find the back of the net 3 times, holding on to this 3-1 advantage. Face-off 1, and now a foot race Savoie is going to force Stauber to come out and play the puck off of the wall. That's something that 67 in red can do for the team, as now right back in comes McCartney trying to get past Pietronero. Comesso with the save. A goal line stand as the net comes off. Everyone crashing into the blue paint, and the puck stays out. Tucson has been ferocious around the blue paint in the second period, and Comesso standing tall each time. A couple of players down on the ice. Comesso's helmet coming off. All right, well, there we go.
That was a lot of math.
So Rockford, the second half of this 4-minute power play shot from Lepchinoff, ending up deflecting off of Savoie, and this is fired around. Nice keep by Gutman. Or by Fitzgerald, I beg your pardon, over to the far side. Now wrapped right back around for Zach Sanford. Tried to feed it up to the point for Lepchinoff, was deflected. And another battle ensuing along the half wall near side. Lepchinoff trying to pinch in, but it's kept alive by Ben Jones. Moves it out towards center and fires in on Mitchell Weeks, who makes the save. So now a minute 20 to go on the power play. Rockford now 1 for 2 on the man advantage. Athanasiou for Cates, along for Sanford. Back for Jackson Cates and sends it back into the direction of Sanford, who takes down a couple of wild defenders, and Sanford gets it right back for Athanasiou, near side circle. Gliding in, finding Sanford wrapped up in his skates, got shoved down by Ciccone. The puck up to the point is Lepchinoff able to keep it alive, sends it right back behind the cage for Sanford, trying a quick connection with Cates, not able to connect as Cates pinned along the wall. Now a centering feed for Gutman, finding Lepchinoff. Back for Gutman in between the circles. Athanasiou back for Gutman. A one-timer save and a rebound right in front. Goes just over the top of the cage. Jackson Cates couldn't find the handle on the first try. And second time, too much air underneath it as Iowa gets to the puck and fires it down the length of the ice in the final half minute of this power play for Rockford. Gutman will slow it down in reverse for Athanasiou. One last rush for the Ice Hogs power play. 5:40 to go, period number 2. Athanasiou lost the handle at center. And Ben Jones had it, and very quickly a stoppage of play and a penalty coming up against Rockford. Hooking will be the call. As Kevin Korchinski heads to the box, so that will wrap up the final 12 seconds of the power play for Rockford. They get a couple of good looks, Dana, but not able to cash in, and then it will be an abbreviated power play for the Wild.
I'll tell you what, there's been a lot more that's happened before that has not gotten called for a hook. But Korchinski will have to sit for 2. And Rockford, with the 4 minutes of power play time, will now have to try and survive it all with the penalty kill.
So not a whole lot of time 4-on-4. Of course, only 12 seconds, but that's been something that has favored Rockford throughout the season. Then they'll have an abbreviated penalty kill, as they're able to kill off a couple of opportunities back in that opening period. Again, Mitchell Weeks, a couple of strong saves in those first power play opportunities for Iowa in the opening period.
So ideally what you want to do here, win a face-off and just try and play keep away and bleed into the penalty kill.
They've been dominant in the circles last handful of games. This is a face-off win by Iowa, but a little too cleanly. No one was home to retrieve it all the way back inside of the Iowa zone. Final seconds melting off of the Blatchman penalty. He's out. Toporowski is out now, and a 5-on-4 man advantage for Iowa on minute 40 As this pass not able to connect, and it's all the way back out towards center as Anderson shadowing his man all the way back inside of the Iowa zone. It can be settled down by David Spacek. Finding Boyd, who had a power play goal against Grand Rapids the other night, and Boyd has been lethal against the Ice Hogs. 11 points for him against Rockford this season, and 10 of those being assists. Del Mastro will pick up the puck and take his time to send it down the length of the ice as the Ice Hogs in the midst of a full change in the final minute of the penalty assessed to Kevin Korchinski for the hook. Boyd over center. Now ladled into the opposite corner is Dmitry Kuzmin, able to get there first and easily sends it back into the direction of Jesper Wallstedt. The final 50 seconds of power play time as Spacek picks it right back up. Takes his time towards center, now wrapped along the boards by Bradley Merrick. Connected with Clark on the far side, now finding Juracek for Clark as they get set up really for the first time on this man advantage. 30 seconds to go. Clark has it, far side circle up to the point for Juracek, fakes the shot, back for Clark in the circle. They try to connect again as it can be controlled by Carson Lambos. Now Clark, far side, is active stick by Jackson Cates, able to negate that opportunity. Fitzgerald along the wall, kept alive by Juracek, right back into the slot as Merrick couldn't control. Now spins and sends it down low. Behind the cage, Iowa controlling. Up to the point, it's Juracek. Final seconds on the Korchinski penalty as this shot whizzes past the goal. Back to the corner, Fitzgerald controls, skies it out. Now a chance just out of the reach of Korchinski, who was fresh out of the box as Wallstedt forced to play. Korchinski bearing down on him, so the Ice Hogs survive the penalty kill, and it's another kill for Rockford. Right back in, a shot shrugged aside by Mitchell Weeks. 3:15 to go, period number 2. A goal aside, and Rockford a 4-1 advantage. Ryan O'Rourke along the wall was kept in by Zach Sanford. Along the wall as it works loose for David Spacek. Angled off the boards, can be corralled by Wyatt Kaiser, finding Levshunov. Now Sanford through center. Sanford wires one, and that one dribbles into the corner. It was redirected by the Iowa defender. Now Reese Johnson lost the handle right at center and fired right back in as Sandelin will find the stick of Mitchell Weeks. Controlled for Wyatt Kaiser on the backhand, taking a couple of wild defenders with him. A nice play from him as Rockford bringing it right back in over the line. Marcel controls, now spins and sends it in the direction of Baddock out of his reach, but Gutman controls in the far side corner. Was short-lived as the wild control as Spacek moves it along towards center. Just inside the blue line and touched up on the delayed offsides to take us to a stoppage of play. 2:18 to go, period number 2, and a 4-1 Rockford lead right here in the Ice Hogs Broadcast Network, presented by BMO.